Hi, everybody. This is Elisheva Press. Sorry, guys. My mom came home and rang the doorbell. So I had to stop the previous video on chapter 7 of Kashrut in the kitchen, and now I have to start all over again. So here we go. All right, so chapter 7 precautionary measures to avoid mixing meat and milk. Question 1. May one place an open container of meat next to an open bottle of milk? Answer: yes, but it is preferable to avoid doing so. Some poskim likewise discourage placing an a, open milk bottle above uncovered meat in the refrigerator. Question 2. Must one divide his refrigerator into meat and dairy sections? Answer: no, though some poskim recommend it. Certain authorities advise that one always cover foods in a refrigerator. Question 3. May one place an open bag of salt or sugar next to an open bottle of milk? Answer: no, and one should avoid doing so even for a moment lest milk spill without one realizing it. However, if one's salt or sugar is used exclusively for dairy, he may place it next to milk. Question 4. If one placed salt or sugar next to milk, may one use it with meat? Answer: yes. Question 5. May salt sprinkled on a clean meat plate be used for dairy? Answer: yes, even if one placed it there intentionally, though some poskim discourage this if he intended to use the salt for dairy. Question 6. May one place an open bottle of milk next to an open bottle of a different beverage, such as orange juice? Answer: yes. Separate utensils. Question 7. Are separate salt shakers required for meat and dairy? Answer: no, but many poskim recommend them, especially if children use them with greasy hands. The same applies to any other spices that are commonly used at the table for both meat and milk. Question 8. Must one have separate drinking glasses for meat and dairy? Answer: it is recommended. Question 9. Must one have separate ketchup and mustard dispensers for meat and dairy? Answer: it is recommended, especially when children also use them. Question 10. Must one mark all kitchen utensils? Answer: no. It is sufficient that the dairy set looks different from the meat set. It is customary to mark the dairy knives. Question 11. Does one require separate pastry brushes for parve and dairy cakes? Answer: yes. One should not use a parve pastry brush to brush dairy cakes. Question 12. Need one have separate peelers for meat and dairy meals? Answer: one parve peeler is sufficient. Question 13. Are separate sharpeners required for meat and dairy knives? Answer: no, provided that one never sharpens wet or dirty knives. Question 14. Which type of knife should be used to slice bread? Answer: many poskim are of the opinion that if the knife is cleaned well, then one may use either a meat or dairy knife. However, some poskim recommend designating a parve bread knife. Separate tablecloths. Question 15. Must one have separate tablecloths for meat and dairy? Answer: it is customary. However, one who uses the same plastic tablecloth for meat and dairy must clean it well in between uses with a moist cloth and then dry the table with a dry cloth. Question 16. May one eat dairy on an unclean tablecloth used for meat? Answer: no, since meat residue may touch the dairy. The other side of the tablecloth may be used for dairy if one side can be differentiated from the other. One may mark one end of a long tablecloth meat and the other dairy and use it accordingly. Question 17. Must one have separate serving trays for meat and dairy? Answer: if, on occasion, actual meat or dairy spills on the tray, then it is recommended that one have separate trays unless he always washes the tray between uses. Question 18. May one wash meat and dairy tablecloths together in hot water? Answer: yes. Bread or leftovers? Question 19. May bread that touched meat be eaten with dairy? Answer, no. Question 20. Is it sufficient to scrape or slice off the part of the bread that touched the meat? Answer, yes. However, one must be absolutely certain that he removes any meat residue. Question 21. May bread left over from a meat or a dairy meal be eaten with dairy or meat? Answer, one may not eat this bread with dairy or meat unless all three of the following conditions are met. The bread was cut with a clean knife. One kept the bread far from the meat or dairy, and one checked that the bread is clean. It is recommended that one serve only enough bread for the current meal and set the remainder of the loaf aside so people may subsequently eat it with whatever they wish. Question 22. Does this mean one has to wait 6 hours after eating bread left over from a meat meal if the above conditions were not met? Answer, no. Question 23. What about parve leftovers? Answer, one may serve them with the opposite food if they had their own serving spoons at the previous meal. Okay, everybody, that's the end of chapter 7. Stay tuned, and we will do chapter 8, God willing, very shortly. Have a great day. Good Shabbos.